In the earlier class, in the previous classes, we have learned a lot about the disease, its different causes, and you have seen that there are two different factors. Number one, biological factors are the different types of microorganisms, or maybe the multicellular organism also, like the different types of worm, virus, bacteria, fungi, etc., are responsible for the diseases. That is why that is known as the pathogens, or the causal organisms. Now, these diseases which caused by the different types of infectious agent, how can spread from the affected persons to a healthy persons? That is the means of spread of infectious diseases. In this part, we have to learn about the different means by which infectious diseases can spread from one affected or the infected person to a healthy one. You will know that disease mainly spread through the air, through the water, contaminated water, and through the different vectors which are animals like the mosquito, and by physical contact. All these things we will see in a detail in this part of the. Let us see here the first one, means of spread. Here you may see the means of spread. Many microbial agents can commonly move from an infected person, that means the affected person, to someone else in a variety of ways. In other words, they can be communicated, and so they are, this type of diseases may be called the communicable diseases. What are the ways? What are these means of spreading of infectious diseases? The first one is the air, which is the most common mode of transmission of the diseases from the one affected person to the another healthy person. And the second one is the water, and the third one is the physical contact. It may be of two types, the direct contact and the indirect. And the fourth one is the vector. You will know that air is a very common mode of transmission of infectious agent. When any person who is affected by any infectious disease, they can sneeze, they can make coughing, by sneezing, and by speaking loudly. They may spread the diseases, as because in the droplet of coughing or in the sputum, there are large number of microbes present that may settle down. The larger one will be settled down, and some may be not settled down and may present within the air. And when a person close to him come in contact, that person may be affected. May you see here in a detailed way how all these things happen. See the different step for the occurring of transmission through air. What are these different steps? Number one, this occurs when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or speaks loudly. What I have told you, there are larger droplets, the droplets of saliva or sputum are thrown into the atmosphere up to a distance of 5 to 10 meters. The large droplets, it is the important point, as because here we may see that what are the duration and depending upon that duration how they will be infected. Like here the large droplets may settle down, but small in the on the ground in a few seconds, but a smaller one may remain in the atmosphere for a few minutes to hours. Now you may see here that when an infected person having cough, sneeze, or may he or she thrown the saliva that or sputum, how that poses a threat to the other healthy person. And here the few examples like the tuberculosis, pneumonia, common cold, influenza, diphtheria, mumps, etc. All are these diseases which may be spread through the air. The second important means of spread is the water. In India, about 80% people may suffer by the waterborne diseases, and due to the contamination of water, when a person drink that type of water and that when they got infected, when their excreta may contaminate the water again, and that will come in contact with the other healthy person, then the other healthy person may also get infection. And this is the second important. And the third important, the physical contact. May we look here what are the other means and how they can spread. The other common mode of transmission of infectious diseases is water. The examples are here: cholera, jaundice, typhoid, dysentery, polio, etc. by means of physical contact. It is also a means of spreading of infectious disease, that is the physical contact. It may be direct and indirect. In the direct contact, direct physical contact with the infected person can easily communicate the disease to a healthy person. Sexual contact is one of the closest physical contact. Examples are AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. These are the three examples here, and these three examples which are given here are also known as the sexually transmitted diseases. May you remember this one. These three examples are known as sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases. STDs, the short form of this. And the second, in the second part, indirect contact. Indirect contact means if an infected person used some articles like the utensils, clothes, bed, towels, etc., and if the other healthy person may used that articles which have been used by the infected person, then there is also possibilities of the disease. This is the possibility of the spreading of disease. The examples are here: the typhoid and the infective hepatitis, etc. Now the vector. The fourth one is the vector, the means by which the infectious disease can spread, that is the vector. The vector is actually the animals which can carry the infectious agent from the infected person to the healthy or the potential host. These animals which carry the infection to the other person is known as the vector. Especially the mosquito are the commonest example of the vector, and in mosquito also, among the mosquito, the female are the most common, as because they require for the nourishment of the egg large quantities of the blood, and that is why they can feed on the other person and can carry the infections. You may know that they are usually warm, they may feed on the warm blooded animal like us. Here the few examples. The examples are here for the mosquito. I just we have seen that female mosquito is mainly responsible and act as a vector mainly, and here the examples like Anopheles, like Culex, like Aedes, which may spread the diseases, and they can act as a vector for the many kind of diseases. Here you can see the example.